Hello there. Welcome back to Star Wars in a Galaxy, watching all the Star Wars we can get our hands on. I'm Eli,
I'm Jacob.
and today we have an extremely special episode. Before that, we want to talk about something that we haven't gotten to talk about much on this show. We've gotten to talk about it a little bit on other shows, but Jacob, before we get into our stuff today, let's talk a little bit about Celebration because we never got a chance to talk about Celebration on our show before. But we were at Star Wars Celebration on Saturday and Sunday. If you watched the Nerd Academy podcast streams, we were on it for a little bit. I was also on a stream the other day with good friends of the show, Broaxium, talking about Celebration. It was phenomenal. If you've seen any of our posts on Twitter, you know that we had the biggest kick out of Celebration, and it was so incredible. Jacob, do you want to talk about some of your favorite parts of Celebration?
Oh yeah, it was just I had the best time ever. It was so much fun. I think just being around so many Star Wars fans is really special, The atmosphere that creates, the sense of camaraderie and friendliness and everyone, we know why we're there. Just everyone coming together around this shared passion that is I think really, really profoundly shaped and changed and influenced many people's lives, mine included. It was a really, really special experience. And then on top of that, to be able to meet and chat with some of my biggest podcasting heroes, Pink Milk, Alden Diaz, Alex and Molly Damon from Star Wars Explained. That was just like meeting people like that and seeing those panels, try out of the Force as well. It was just so much fun. I really had a good time. Oh yes, also talking to Meg Dowell and Devore of the larger view of the Force. That was good as well. Super exciting to meet them. Some of the first people that we kind of connected with in
we
this
had
space.
we had so many things were crazy about Celebration. We had like again explaining our entire journey on Celebration takes longer than an hour in and of itself to explain. But no, I'm surrounded in this room. I have new stuff for my set. I got 3 Funko Pops. Jacob was worried about me buying too many Funko Pops at one point, but which is unreasonable except for the idea that it's totally reasonable. Here's Grievous right here. I got a Grievous Funko Pop. I waited like 40 minutes just for this Vader Funko Pop right here. It's Celebration exclusive, but it doesn't look that. It looks like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Like I have another Darth Vader over there, and they look exactly the same.
You
Except
can
for I
never
know
have
this
too
one.
many Darth Vaders.
I know that this one I got is Celebration, and then of course my precious boy, Cobb Vanth right here.
That Cobb Vanth one is pretty nice.
I put it front and center. Put it front and center.
It's pretty
Alongside
funny.
Hermit, Luke, and Ben and Ray, and I also have over here I was showing this off the other night, but my Shadow of the Sith poster signed by Mr. Adam Christopher. This is coming out this month, and I'm so incredibly thrilled about it. It is going to be one of the greatest Star Wars novels ever released, and I talked to author Adam Christopher about how much I loved The Bestoon Boy, and he told me there's going to be some good. Apparently, the expanded cover of this is all like the back cover of this is also going to have Ochi on it, and like he teased some good Ochi content in Shadow of the Sith, which is great, which I love. No, everything Jacob said. I will totally repeat. I had a blast. It was mind blowing to see these creators and see people just all there celebrating Star Wars. Like this opportunity that we had to see everyone and meet Star Wars fans and talk about things and all the news we got so much news. If you want to hear exactly what news we got, we're not a news show. No shade to those who are. In fact, major props to those who are, which is basically the reason we're not a news show, is because there are so many people who do them, and who could do them better than us. But yeah, no, check out the Nerd Academy podcast, check out the Bombad cast, check out Star Wars Explained, check out Force Toast Stars Happy Hour. I'm sure we'll do coverage of all the Celebration news. It's fantastic. We're gonna eat well in 2022 and 2023 for Star Wars. But other than that, Jacob, do you want to get on to the meat of the episode?
Absolutely, let's do it. So today we are going to be talking about our top 15 Clone Wars episodes, and I believe we're going to be constructing a tier list of
We are
arcs.
we are going to do this. This is our official Star Wars: The Clone Wars retrospective. This is our season 10 finale officially. We did our individual retrospective for just season 7 um, last week. But no, this is our actual. This is our full Clone Wars retrospective. This is looking back on the past 2 years of content that we've done, and just examining some things. So, Jacob, which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do top 15, or do you want to do the arcs first?
Let's talk about our top 15.
Absolutely. Let's
Let's do it.
go. Let's go. Let's exchange off. Go with your 15th first.
So my 15th is the Lost Ones.
Oh, that's
Right.
great.
The Lost Ones. I had some confusion because I was right up until the last minute scrambling to figure out my list because there are just so many episodes and I really couldn't make up my mind. The Lost Ones I think is an incredible episode. I will try not to harp too much on peeling back the layers, but this episode does that very well. It certainly does. I really like how they kind of are uncovering the shady dealings of the past. Sifo Dyas, everything around him coming to light, and the Jedi kind of realize what's happening, but it's too late, and which is really interesting to me. And just an incredible episode, also incredible lightsaber duel. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Dooku going at it. Get some Plo Koon action as well in there. Always love to see Plo Koon. So yeah, this is just an incredible episode.
The Lost One. Yeah, absolutely. Great episode. My 15 is the 16th episode of season 3 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That is Altar of Mortis.
Ooh.
Altar of Mortis. This is the drama episode of the Mortis arc. The other two are like basically what happens before this and what happens after this. This is all where all the drama shit happens, where the daughter dies, where the son goes batshit, where we see all these dramatic revelations where Ahsoka's poisoned by his dark side poison, and we get that dramatic duel between Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, which is just beautiful. All the symbolism of this episode is just awesome, and I cannot be a bigger fan of Mortis, so it's only natural that Altar of Mortis clocks in at 15. What about 14?
My number 14 spot is The Lawless. Obviously, it's a heart-wrenching episode, for Obi-Wan, for Satine, also for Savage and Maul. And I think really that 1-2 punch is what makes this story so great. Is we have, although it is absolutely gut-wrenching, you have the conclusion of the Obi-Wan and Satine story, and you have the conclusion of the Savage and Maul story in the Clone Wars all in one. It's an incredible episode. There's an amazing duel, amazing action, but also just emotionally, the characters, the dynamics. It's incredible. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this episode, to be honest.
Great. My number 14, to a surprise to absolutely no one, Ghosts of Mortis.
Ooh.
Ghosts of Mortis, the final episode of the Mortis arc. Anakin's, as I put in my Clone Wars playlist, run with the devil a little bit. He's going to the dark side. It's Obi-Wan and Ahsoka versus Anakin, and Anakin has that incredible vision of what he becomes, and it's and the open to interpretation at the end, and just the way this arc wraps up is just truly beautiful, and I love it. I said a lot of what I was going to say about Ghosts in Altar, so I'm just going to pass it over to Jacob for number 13.
All right. Number 13, Sacrifice, the conclusion of Yoda's story in the Clone Wars. It is an amazing episode. I love all the visions, the conclusion of this final desperate truth-seeking journey that he goes on, where like many people in the Clone Wars, he finds out kind of what's going on, but it's just a little bit too late, and there's not much he can do. And yeah, I feel like we see a lot of Yoda in the Clone Wars, but we rarely get to focus on him as a person, as a character. We rarely get to focus on what he feels, diving into his experiences. And I love that here. I also love in this arc how he basically recruits Anakin to help break him out of the medical center. I think that's an amazing scene as well. Um, so yeah, I really love it. I love this episode. I love what it does for Yoda. It's fantastic.
Um, Jacob, do you have any guesses for what's my 13th favorite Clone Wars episode?
It's going to be Mortis, isn't it?
It's Overlords. Yep.
Ah,
It's come on.
you're going all in
Oh,
on the Mortis arc. I'm surprised.
you know how much I love that arc.
I mean, I thought I did. I guess I don't.
Yeah. It's 15, 14, and 13 for a reason. Overlords is the best intro to Mortis. You know, we get the daughter, we get the son, we get those great triple visions. Obi-Wan's of Qui-Gon, Ahsoka's of an older version of herself, and Anakin's of Shmi. Um, which I think is awesome. We get the incredible power of the father and the daughter and the son coming up. And I think it's just a great introduction to this series, and I can't praise Mortis enough for what it does as a trilogy of episodes to really underscore the nature of the Force, the nature of the dark side, the nature of the light, the nature of balance, all that kind of stuff. I love Mortis so much. Send tweet. Um, uh, Go ahead with your number 12, Jacob.
My number 12 is going to be Revival.
Oh, interesting.
Obviously, I love Hondo. Get to see a little bit more of kind of angry, hard-edged Hondo here, trying to protect his own.
Yep.
Obviously, Maul coming back. I know you're not a fan of that, Eli. I'm mixed on it, but I kind of like it here. I think it works for the most part.
Believe me, so I made a full list of. I did a full ranking of my 137 Clone Wars episodes, including Crystal Crisis, including everything. Um, I will tell you that Revival is number 40, which is not that bad.
Okay.
Um, and I really do like Revival as an episode. Like there are episodes that have Maul in it that I still love. Episodes that revolve around Maul coming back, yeah, those are going to be really low. But like the episodes that happen to have Maul in it and are about something else, no, I will put those as high as I please.
Yeah.
I have a great amount of respect for Revival. I wouldn't put it that high, but I have a great amount of respect for it.
Yeah. And then obviously, the amazing duel between Maul and Savage and Obi-Wan. One of Obi-Wan's greatest moments in the Clone Wars, I think. He just kind of I think he finally snaps and taps into his full dueling potential, and in doing so goes absolutely ham on Maul and Savage, and kind of embarrasses them both, which I think is so cool to watch.
Yeah, it's an incredible moment to watch. Do you want me to go ahead with my number 12?
Wasn't that number 12?
No,
Wait,
no, 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 no. You did your number 12. I need
15,
to do mine.
14, 15, 12. Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
My number 12, Destiny. Destiny. The penultimate episode of season 6 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Yoda is, he's going through these trials to try and get to the netherworld of the Force. You know, the Christmas Carol parallel I made all those episodes ago with the dark side shadow of himself and the Jedi Temple Order 66 scene. And the Dooku's illusion with the Jedi Order of being at peace. Yoda's trials are so incredibly awesome to see, and it is truly one of the craziest like force shit episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars ever, and it's a big reason why I love this show. Destiny is awesome, and I love it so much, and it's great.
Yeah, pretty good episode. Pretty good indeed. Um,
11.
so for my number 11, I have Crisis on Naboo. Not only is this a very exciting episode, but I think also, I have it here as a representation of this whole arc because of how it concludes this crazy deception box arc with Obi-Wan, faking his death, becoming Reiko Hardin,
Yeah.
going undercover. It's such this whole story, and especially the final episode, just everything about it, the choices that Obi-Wan makes, how Anakin responds. the all the intrigues surrounding that, Obi-Wan, um, his moral choices, his moral compass being tested, Cad Bane, Moralo of all, everything. It all kind of crescendos in this one wild, crazy, plot twist filled, emotional roller coaster of an episode, and I'm absolutely here for it.
I shouldn't tell you this, but I do love Crisis on Naboo as an episode. It's not even my favorite episode from that arc.
What's your favorite?
The box.
Yeah, I mean, the box is an incredible
The
episode,
box
but I feel
kicks
like,
ass, man.
yeah,
Like the box is so goofy and so incredibly great.
yeah, no, the box is amazing.
11. I think we're gonna go back to a familiar episode that Jacob may have mentioned before. The Lawless. 11 is the Lawless for me.
All right.
What Jacob said about the Lawless, it's fantastic. It is. We get these crescendos of both the arcs. We get the finishing of the Savage Maul arc, as well as the Obi-Wan Satine arc that we've seen develop for multiple seasons here. The duel between Maul and Savage and Sidious is incredible. I love that so much. The kick-ass nature of Obi-Wan's first meeting with Bo-Katan and how that all goes down, and the rescue mission is just incredible to watch. There's so much heart. There's so much stuff really packed into this 25-minute episode, and like it is truly incredible. And I love that episode so much. Go ahead with we're entering the top 10, top number 10.
My number 10 is Eli. I apologize. It is Legacy of Terror, and it is kind of a split. I'm kind of splitting this one, my number 10 spot, between Legacy of Terror and Weapons Factory. But it's mainly Legacy of Terror because I was looking back through the Clone Wars bracket that we did, gosh, over a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
We did that. We did that with Connor. We did that with Alberto, Pris, Andrew,
And
I believe was there. So Andrew
the
Geha.
man, yeah.
That's a great group. We should really do something with all of them again. Maybe
Yeah.
another
I mean,
bracket
we've already
or something.
had we've already had Connor back on.
Yeah.
We're banning Andrew from our show because that guy's a mess.
The
The
hot
other two,
takes are too
absolutely.
hot.
Um,
So yeah, I mean, I was looking back through the bracket and I noticed one glaring absence from any of the bracket, and for me, that glaring absence was the Geonosis arc. I absolutely love the Geonosis arc. I think it is absolute peak early Clone Wars. It is peak seasons 1 through 3. You get amazing extended battle scenes. You get so much good action. It's rough, it's gritty, but it's still fast paced and upbeat and interesting. And then obviously Weapons Factory. What happens with Ahsoka and Barriss? It's amazing. Their emotional journey, their choice to sacrifice, and then seeing how Anakin and how Luminara respond to that. It develops everyone in question so much as a character. It really illuminates Anakin and Luminara as characters, no pun intended. And then, of course, you have Legacy of Terror, when this action like arc segues into this crazy, kind of horror-esque, creepy mystery. Where I think this episode might have been where I coined the term when I was looking back through my notes for the Clone Wars. I think I coined the term peeling back the layers, or I started using that to describe the feeling of the unraveling, the slowly deepening, unraveling mystery. I think this episode is where I first used that, and it really fits for this episode. It is absolutely incredible. The suspense is there. Seeing like Karina the Great getting some of that Geonosian lore, it's all absolutely incredible. I think these episodes are really underrated, and I think they're often overlooked because they're only in season 2, but they are really incredible.
sorry, did I hear mid?
Pardon?
Did I hear mid?
Mid?
Yep,
What do you mean?
that's what those arcs are.
Oh,
It's
Eli!
mid.
Why must you hurt me in this way? Why? Oh.
Why did you put? But I'm legitimately not joking. Why did you put in your top 10 an episode that is 130th out of 137 on my list?
I don't know. I mean, we do know that Eli is the number one rule of the world is that Eli's opinions are objectively correct. So I'll have to
Yes,
go back and
one
retcon.
one
I'll go back
hundred
and
percent.
I will retcon.
110. As many people, as many the Fandom Menace people can point out, my opinions are 100% objectively correct. Yes, that is 100% true. Um, my number 10. I think people might be shocked by this, but we're gonna do this anyway. Here come the pitchforks. Number 10, The Wrong Jedi.
Ooh, I mean, I'm surprised by how low that is for you. That I'm not trying to give away too much, but that's a little. Things are a little different for me.
Yeah, no,
So
I can understand that. The Wrong Jedi, like again, it's not that it's not good. It's fantastic. There's just some personal stuff that I have above it. You'll see it will make a lot of sense when we get further on my list. It'll make a lot of sense when we get further on my list. But what can you say about this episode that hasn't already been said before? The twist at the end, the trial of Ahsoka Tano, it's all incredibly well done. Ashley Eckstein, Matt Lanter act their hearts out in this episode. Steve Stanton does a great job as Tarkin. Not Ian McDermott. Ian Abercrombie does a great job as Palpatine in this. It's just everything just works. Everything just works. And it is a great fluid episode, and I enjoy it quite a bit.
all right, my number 9, Slaves of the Republic. Once again, of this entire Kadavo crazy ass slavery arc, it was hard to pick just one, but I am picking Slaves of the Republic as my centerpiece for this arc. It's an incredible episode. Seeing Anakin trying to figure out his relationship with the Queen as she's kind of needling him and forcing him to kind of reflect on the Republic and the Jedi's relationship to the Republic, his relationship to the Jedi, his relationship to the Republic. You also have Ahsoka, Rex, Obi-Wan in there. They're dealing with slavery. We get this extended soliloquy about from this slaver guy about how the Jedi are going to how by making the Jedi enslaved peoples, they're gonna break their will and
I think that's in Escape from Kadavo, but whatever.
Oh, that is? Yeah, that's in that. You're right. Yeah, that's in the next one. But
whatever. Slaves is still good.
I intentionally picked just one episode from almost every major arc that I like. So I do feel a little bit more comfortable like smearing the lines a little bit because I think the Clone Wars really works better when you break it up by arc rather than by episode.
See, I really
still.
I was gonna say, I really did it by episode by episode, because I ranked all 137.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see there are a bunch of arcs represented in here.
Yeah. No, I still did it I'd say it was I'd say my decisions were 85% the episode and then 15% the context of the arc
Plus,
as well.
Slaves of the you haven't talked about the best thing in Slaves of the Republic. 4 words, and I'll tell you it'll tell you exactly what it is. A whole new world.
Yes, Anakin
Don't you dare
and
close your eyes.
Queen riding on their flying wing beast.
It's so incredibly it's that's become such a meme for me. It's great. It's totally it's one of the most unintentionally hilarious scenes in the entire show.
Yeah, and obviously this is an incredibly heavy topic. And one that I in no way mean to make light of any kind of forced labor or human trafficking or slavery. But I think that this episode really does a good job of still handling that with respect.
This is a great arc.
Bringing everything in, and it is a challenging arc. It is not meant to be easy to digest by any means.
But it's done extremely well. Some might even say better than Umbara.
Whoa, hey.
And by some, I mean me. Anyway, number 9. People are going... This is going to be my most controversial opinion. Numbers 9 through 7 are going to be my most controversial opinions of this top 15. And I'm totally willing to stand and die for this stuff. but nobody should be surprised about this given an episode we recorded a few years, like a year ago, okay? Number 9, Water War.
Ooh,
Water War. Mon Cala frickin' Mari.
that's a good one.
So many great messages about leadership and this huge big scale battle with all of your favorite characters like Anakin and Ahsoka and Padme and Kit frickin' Fisto, and you also get some Akbar origin stories. You get Lee Char, who is one of the greatest Star Wars characters of all time, and Water War is a treat to watch, and I love it.
Yeah, it's a pretty great episode. Unfortunately, I did have to leave it off my list. It
Yeah,
used to be, I used to rank it a little bit. I used to rate it a little bit more highly. But it's still a great episode. It's still a great arc.
yeah,
It does a lot for Padme. It does a lot for Kit Fisto. Does a lot for Lee Char,
Coward.
the Mon Calamari. Yeah, it's really a fantastic arc.
Yeah,
I have no problems with it.
yeah. Number 8.
My number 8, Citadel Rescue.
Ah, yes.
I love the Citadel arc. It is amazing. Even though Tarkin is absolutely infuriating, it's amazing to see how Anakin and Tarkin are kind of simultaneously agreeing on more things and simultaneously finding themselves with the same mentality about the Jedi, while they're also at the same time still, jockeying for power and kind of they're kind of trying to flex who is more favored by the Chancellor. But it's an incredible episode. Obviously, R.I.P. Evan Piel. Amazing, amazing funeral scene for Evan Piel. Some of the
Rip
best
PL,
music.
yeah.
R.I.P. to a real one. Some of the best music.
RIP to a real one, yeah.
Some of the best music in the entirety of the Clone Wars, I think. Obviously, we see Fives' fake demise in this episode because he does come back, as we know, in season 7 of the Clone Wars. Thank goodness, because I'm a huge Fives fan. It's just a really, really good episode. I love OC Sobek. He's a pretty convincing villain. This episode just does everything right. It has the intrigue. It has that kind of overarching incentive, the narrative there with this hyper roots. It also has the personal motives, like all the different personal drama and emotions that are happening, and all the reasons that we should be invested. Beyond that, I think it is just beautifully animated, and there's some great action to top it all off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's get back to Mon Calamari. Number 8, Gungan Attack. Hydroid freaking Medusas. The most silly, ridiculous things in Star Wars, but they're so emblematic of Star Wars. They make absolutely no sense, but I love them so much. We get Jar Jar and the Gungans helping. The Clone Wars patting itself on the back a little bit for having an underwater species so close by, and that's fine. But we get more lessons about leadership and just how to lead and how to fight another day and how to be a wise leader. Lee Char's journey continues. Ahsoka's journey continues. Rift Hampson's a boss. I don't care what anybody says. Rift Hampson is one of the best of the Separatist. Is the best of the Separatist flunky villains. 100%. Better than OC. Better than Sobek. Better than Morello Evolve. Better than frickin' Lockdurd. Better than all of them. It's Rift Hampson's the best one. He's a frickin' shark underwater. It's all you need. I could rant more, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hand it back to Jacob at number 7.
At number 7, Orders. Wow, this is a heart-wrenching episode. I mean, this entire arc is amazing. Sorry, did I said the demise of Fives, didn't I? I just realized I made a mistake saying the demise of Fives in the Citadel arc. That would actually be Echo, of course, because this is the arc about Fives. I apologize
Yeah.
for that mistake. We maybe can go back and edit in a little Jacob from the future thing. I don't know. But in any case, I'm a huge Echo fan, and I'm an even bigger Fives fan, which is why I love this episode and this arc so much. It is absolutely incredible. Peeling back the layers 100%. Take a shot every time I say peeling back the layers.
Take a shot.
You'll have a good time, I promise, or you'll have a very bad time, depending on how many times I say it. So here's hoping. But it's an incredible episode. the mystery unravels, just the sense in this episode, the sense of impending doom, inevitability of dread, of Fives's mounting desperation as he has uncovered this horrible, shocking truth, and yet almost nobody believes him. Nobody wants to help him, take him seriously, uncover the truth. It's just an incredible episode. I really can't say enough about it. But it's an incredible performance from D. Bradley Baker. Yeah, it's just incredible.
Okay, back to Mon Cala again. Number 7.
Oh my
Prisoners. Prisoners, baby. Mon Calamari arc, so underrated. Again, this is the Lion King ascension of Lee Char to the throne to reclaim what was once his father's. The incredibly brutal death of Riff Tamsin. And we got like major Return of the Jedi vibes in this, which Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie. So I gotta love those Return of the Jedi vibes in Mon Cala. The Mon Cala arc is freaking fantastic, and I cannot say enough about it. Go ahead with your number 6. I swear I'm done with Mon Cala now.
All right, my number 6 is going to be this. May be a bit surprising. Ambush.
Oh my God!
6.
Are you kidding me?
Ambush.
Jacob, number 6. Ambush.
Oh wow. Okay, perfect. This is
We are both at number 6. Ambush. Holy shit.
Hey,
that's incredible.
It's not often that we agree.
That is
like this.
Out of 137 episodes,
wow.
We happen to put the same thing in number 6. Holy shit.
Wow. Well, I'll give my spiel, and then I'll let you give your spiel as well. I mean, and feel free to jump in. We can kind of tag team this one. I love Ambush. It's an amazing episode. I think, as I said before, a lot of the Clone Wars, it depends on arcs. I think the arc is a better unit, the trilogy, the quadrilogy, the little duo, no matter what it may be. But in terms of perfect single episode stories, I think Ambush takes the cake. It is the perfect package. You have a great lesson, great themes. The action is there. The emotion is there. The development is there. It's Yoda and the clones. It's the perfect little bite-sized, heartwarming nugget of Clone Wars joy, and it feeds my soul so much. It's genuinely one of my favorite episodes. I love this thing. I absolutely love it.
It's a perfect 20-minute Clone Wars episode. Doesn't need anything else. It just works. Yoda versus Ventress, the clones versus the droids, the smaller number versus the bigger number. Smaller number are we, but greater in mind. And the lessons that Yoda teaches to Thyre, Riss, and Jack during this episode are just great. And I love this. I love this episode so goddamn much. It's, like, ridiculous. Go ahead with your number 5, then.
My number 5, The Phantom Apprentice.
Really?
Top 5, opening it up. Incredible episode. I love, obviously Maul and Ahsoka going at it. Maul, doing his whole crazy foreshadowing thing. You gotta love that. I think Sam Witwer, incredibly talented, really brings so much energy and character and depth to Maul, and he is at his absolute best here, as is Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka. I know we kind of just discussed this episode a couple weeks ago, so I'll keep it short and sweet. But yeah, everything I said about it then still applies. It is wonderful. It is beautifully animated. It is tense. It is suspenseful. It is everything that you could ask for in a late Clone Wars episode.
I'm going next with my number 5. It's a human sign when things go wrong, but it's no sacrifice. No sacrifice. Anyway, Sacrifice, my number 5. Jacob already talked about it earlier. But Sacrifice is genius. The ending with Yoda in the garden is fucking fantastic. Mark fucking Hamill as Darth Bane. Mark Hamill as Darth Bane is beautiful. And there's just so much to love about this episode. The dark, grim mood while still having that whimsical, weird Force stuff about it. Yoda's psyche, Yoda versus Sidious in that dream state, and Anakin versus Dooku. All that foreshadowing is just so incredible, and I love Sacrifice so much. Go ahead with your number 4.
My number 4, Victory and Death, the send-off. Man, oh man, oh man. Absolutely incredible. Obviously, I can't say enough good things about this episode. It is so emotional. It is heartbreaking. It is an absolute roller coaster. It is such a touching tribute to everything we love about the Clone Wars, the clones. Yeah, it's just great. It really is. It really is a masterpiece. It's beautifully animated. It's emotional. Wrapping up Ahsoka's story in the Clone Wars. Ahsoka and Rex and their bond. Obviously, we see that continued later on, but still, and that final burial scene, and then Vader coming back. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this episode just has so much to offer. It really does. It's incredible.
Number 4, The Phantom Apprentice.
Oh.
Yep, The Phantom Apprentice, baby. It's incredible. Maul and Ahsoka's duel is fantastic. The sense of foreboding we get through this episode, as Jacob was talking about for number 5, is just fantastic. It's truly one of the most operatic and Shakespearean Star Wars we ever get, and it's beautiful for that. Maul's plan is brilliant. The execution of everything in the episode is just incredible. Bo-Katan's role in this episode is awesome. There's so much to love about this episode. Number 3, Jacob.
Top 3. Here we go. Number 3, Eli. I'm sorry. Carnage of Krell. I cannot get enough of this episode, this arc. Just the most convincing, comprehensive, deep dive into the clones that we get in all of the Clone Wars. And I am absolutely 100% in love with this episode. And this whole arc, for that matter. I mean, Krell, I think he's a great villain, even though we hate Pong Krell. Pong Krell is not welcome here.
Pong Krell's
but
not
that's
welcome.
what makes him.
At Pong Krell stands, get away from here. Get away from
That's
here.
what makes him.
Yeah, look, you photobombed us at Celebration. Pong Krell stands photobombed us at Celebration. Like, seriously, they took a picture of the Bombadcast meetup and claimed we were Pong Krell stands. Let me be clear to everybody. We are not Pong Krell stands here in End of Galaxy. We are not. We do not stand Pong Krell. We reject the heinous words of Pong Krell stand. They're not welcome in this space, and we hate them. So, yeah, that's our official stance on Pong Krell stands.
As you can tell, we're not big fans of Pong Krell. But again, that is what makes him such a great villain. The fact that he inflicts so much pain on the viewer, and that is the biggest thing I can say about this episode. Pain. Obviously with what happens with Waxer, it's tragic, pitting the clones against each other. Hard Case's sacrifice, the decision with Rex and Fives, decision not to execute them. It is all so amazing. And I really love just getting to kind of, like I said, take a deep dive into the clones, their journey, their emotions, what it's like for them, how they feel about the war, what they go through and what they deal with. And then to top it all off, I think it's a visually stunning episode. It's gorgeous. The action is amazing. The animation is jaw-dropping.
Mid.
Eli, you I know you're not as big a fan of this.
I think it's 101 on my list.
Yeah, I remember we had Ness on, right, for
Yep.
I had Nessa on, and that was pretty much them and me talking about this art and gushing about it for 2 hours, and you were kind of just sitting there, like, just popping in at one every so often. Gosh, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Oh, it was one of the best episodes we've ever done on a Galaxy.
Yeah, 100%. that was a fun one. Though.
Number three. I think this is where I might get Jacob a little upset with me, but here we go. Shattered.
Ooh.
Shattered is one of the greatest episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars ever. The Order 66 build-up, the Order 66 aftermath, Rex turning against Ahsoka, those emotional moments of Ahsoka having to fend for herself, not trying to kill any clones, and doing what a real Jedi should do. Ahsoka trying to survive after the devastating effects of Order 66 on her friends, on her brothers, on her family, is one of the most devastating things in this series, and it's incredible. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Jacob, go ahead with
Great.
your number 2, I guess.
Number 2, The Wrong Jedi. The conclusion of Ahsoka's time with the Jedi Order. Once again, there's only one thing to say about this episode, really, and that is pain. But this episode is just as painful as it is the culmination of so much of Ahsoka's development and maturation during the Clone Wars, finding herself as a Jedi, as a leader, as a person, who she wants to be, where she wants to be in the world or the galaxy, I guess. And that leads up to her, taking her destiny in her own hands, choosing not to rejoin the Jedi Order, and choosing to strike out on her own and make her own way, despite having never really known a life outside of the Jedi Order, because she feels so strongly that is what she needs to do, and that she no longer has a place in the Jedi. And then obviously, we get Ventress coming back. The Barriss betrayal is heart-wrenching. Anakin's passion comes through the screen so well in this episode. His care and protectiveness and righteous fury for his wrongly accused apprentice. Gosh, I mean, this episode, wow. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. Honestly, everyone here has probably watched it. So you guys know the deal.
Number 2, Victory and Death.
Ooh.
The helmet in the snow is a scene in this episode. Okay, Jacob, what's your number 1? No, I'm joking. That's all justification. But the Y-wing action sequence falling is one of the greatest action sequences in the Clone Wars. Seeing the betrayal on Jesse, the cold hard betrayal on what was a caring and kind-hearted clone trooper, is just heartbreaking. The burying the dead, the flash forward is one of my favorite things in all of Star Wars. It's so extremely my shit as an episode. I don't need to talk more about Victory and Death. Go ahead, number 1. I think I know what your number 1 is going to be.
Number 1, Shattered.
Yeah.
Order 66 in the Clone Wars. I mean, I don't even know what I need to say. This episode is absolutely incredible. The music is absolutely jaw-dropping for starters. The animation is gorgeous. Ahsoka and Rex and their rapport and their conversation before Order 66 is amazing. The way that this episode builds up to Order 66, it is so fantastic. It is so well done. The way every other sound effect almost, it kind of just drops out as the music takes over, leading up to the moment. Ahsoka, her vision with Anakin. We have Maul's story interwoven there. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it right now. It is so phenomenal. It is. There is really no other episode. As hard as this list was, there's no other episode I could have put at number 1 other than Shattered.
You know what gives me goosebumps?
What?
That you didn't put the best episode of the Clone Wars in your top 15.
Oh boy, I'm excited to hear what this is.
The Deserter.
Oh,
the Deserter. The
Deserter
is the greatest episode of any Star Wars TV show ever made. Period. Ever. The Deserter is incredible. You all know about my love for the Deserter. Check out our episode, A Lesson of Choice, if you don't know about my love for the Deserter. That episode is the most poignant and beautiful thing ever. And it's great. It speaks for itself. The Deserter is awesome. I love it so much. It's great.
It's such an amazing episode. I think you're absolutely right. I think at its absolute core, what all of Star Wars is about, what it really is about, is choices.
Yep.
And the power of choices. I'm thinking everything, the originals, the prequels, the sequels, Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, um, Battlefront 2, the KOTOR, everything I think is all about choices. And
Yep. Everything's about choices.
I think this is one of the very best in terms of
Yeah.
talking about the choices we have, and not just saying, "Oh, you have a choice," but really diving into what does that mean, the choice to fight, the choice to, like, obviously a lot of Star Wars is about the choice to fight, but what about the choice not to fight? And it dives into the clones in a similar way to Carnage of Krell, dare I say it. It dives into their psyche, their feelings. So yeah,
Yeah.
I have to give this episode an honorable mention as well, because it's really incredible. Yeah, do you have any
Yeah.
honorable mentions?
I can tell you the five I have below. Shoot, give me a second. I can tell you the five quickly. The five I have below 15. The five I have below are 20, Old Friends Not Forgotten, 19, Rookies, 18, Massacre, 17, A Sunny Day in the Void, and barely missing out on the top 15, 16 is Dangerous Dead. So,
Mm,
those are the five I have below.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't tolerate any room for mid episodes like Carnage of Krell into my list. No, I'm joking.
Oh boy.
Anyway, go ahead. What do you have any honorable mentions?
I didn't really. This was kind of an idea I thought of as I was going through my episodes, and I was like, man, I should have thought of some honorable mentions. So, off the top of my head, I think Rookies, Arc Troopers, Destroy Malevolence, or no, Rising Malevolence, the one with Plo Koon and his clone troopers. Rising Malevolence. Gosh,
The Deserter, maybe.
yeah, the Deserter, Hostage Crisis, Voyage of Temptation. No, not Voyage of Temptation, actually. The Gathering.
The Gathering.
Those are all ones that I think
Fantastic.
are some of my
I was
honorable
like, where's the
mentions.
Gathering in my list? Wait, where is the Gathering in my list?
I'm gonna be honest though.
Holy shit, that's low.
I think I could give an honorable mention to every single episode of the Clone Wars,
Yeah,
because
I think I could too.
I am so incredibly grateful for this show, what it did for the
Except
prequels.
for Duel of the Droids and Downfall of a Droid. Those genuinely
Yeah,
suck.
we're not going to talk about those ones.
We're not going to talk
Um,
about those ones.
what it did for our show, obviously our podcast. I feel like Eli, we're now going to be in uncharted waters now that we're leaving the
Uncharted
Clone Wars behind.
freaking water! I'm so excited.
But I couldn't be more excited at the same time.
Yeah, the Clone Wars is an incredible show. It's my personal favorite Star Wars show, and it gave us 7 seasons of great content. Speaking of that content, you want to get to our tier list?
Yes, and I want to say, I previously said that Rebels was my favorite show.
Yes.
I have to amend that now, even though I already loved the Clone Wars. I now have 2 favorite shows that I refuse to decide between which one is better.
Yeah.
Because for me, you absolutely cannot choose between Rebels and Clone Wars. They are so uniquely magnificent in their own ways.
Yeah. I will say this. Rebels, I'm rewatching it for some of my own stuff right now. It is a truly incredible show. It slips down to number 3 for me for a really weird niche reason. Because I already have a number 2, and it's not beating my number 2, even though number 2's only had 3 episodes out of it. Yes, I'm talking about Kenobi. Yes, I think Kenobi's 3 episodes are already better than Rebels 78. Not as a diss to Rebels, just a sample of how great I think Kenobi is. But what am I gonna say? But no, I'm excited when we eventually get to Rebels. I'm excited when we get to Kenobi. I'm excited for this Dark Times era. But let's get to this tier list. Don't you think?
Let's get it. Yeah. Can you
Okay.
share it? Can you share the screen?
Sure, I will share the screen. Here we go. So Ahsoka framed.
So
And we
this
gotta
is
go
the
S.
yeah, this is an S tier. I agree.
Easy,
Season 5,
easy
amazing.
money. Ahsoka lost, so we're looking at Trandosha Kashyyyk stuff.
Oh, is this the end of season 4?
End of
Wookiee Hunt,
season
those
three.
ones.
Season
End of
3,
season
yeah.
3. This is when
Yeah.
Ahsoka gets captured by Trandoshans, and she and the other Padawans have to team up on not Vasek. What is it? The
Uh,
moon of
Trandosha.
yeah, Trandosha. I would give this a B or a C. I'd say
I go with
it's
C.
oh, yeah, we can go with C. It's all right.
It's
It's not my
good.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ambush, and I'm gonna include supply lines in here. Ambush and supply lines.
Which one's supply lines? Oh,
It's
I love supply lines. That's
I'm
another
gonna
one.
die. I'm gonna
Oh man,
say at the minimum A, maybe S if
yeah.
you twist
I
my
would
arm
say
enough.
S. I think S is
Okay, I don't
or
know.
A actually.
My,
What do you
my,
think? A or S?
if it was just ambush, it would be automatically S. Supply lines might bump it down to A
Yeah,
a little bit.
I'll put it at A. It's really
Yeah,
great. It's one of
yeah.
my favorites. Oh
The
man,
bad. Yeah,
can I interrupt you for a sec?
yeah.
I regret to say that there is one massive oversight that I just realized.
What?
I did not talk at all about the Ryloth arc. Honorable mention to the Ryloth arc. I love that thing.
We will get there. We will
Yeah,
get
we'll get
there on
there.
this tier list. The Bad Batch.
Season 7. I would give this, if it were up to me, I would honestly give this a B.
I was actually thinking B myself. Yeah.
All right, B it is.
Onderon Rebels. My gut instinct is A because I love this arc.
I would give it a B, but if you want to put it in A, I can deal with that.
Think A. Blue Shadow Iris. Yes. They're all gonna die.
Oh my gosh, I remember. What was it, Doctor Nuvo
Dr.
Vindy?
Dr. Vindy.
We had to watch.
We got
this
our own
episode
COVID Star Wars arc.
Yeah, and we had to watch this in 2022. So we had to watch this in 2020 as well.
Yeah.
So this was right when COVID was first.
No, it was
this
so
was
you know actually here's when it was. It was actually in December when the first when the worst COVID surge was happening. Like before Delta,
Yeah.
before of the original variant. That was when it was happening, and we had to watch this. Hit a little too close to home.
Yeah.
D?
Yeah,
On the
I
optimistic
think it's
side?
a D. I think it's D.
It's not
I could
great.
give it C, honestly, but yeah, we can put it in D. It's
honestly not great.
I have a soft spot for it, but it's objectively not amazing.
Yeah. Well, objectively in your opinion. But, Boba Fett's Revenge. So we're looking at Death Trap, R2 Come Home, and Lethal Trackdown.
So this is the end of season 2, right?
Yep.
B? I would say C. I'm not.
I don't think I can put that at C.
Fan of this arc.
Oh, I have a nostalgia for this, like you have a nostalgia for Blue Shadow. I think I gotta put this at
Okay,
B.
we can do it for B.
Yeah. Lethal Trackdown is just too good. Bombad Jedi. So here's the thing. So this is weird. It's split up like this, but I'm gonna do this. So Bombad Jedi, you see Lair of Grievous right here, and then you see Cloak of Darkness. I think those three should be part of the same arc because they are, but they put them separately on this tier list for some reason. So I'm gonna rank them all. Like let's decide for the arc and rank them all wherever we put them. Which I think should be either C or D for Bombad Jedi, Cloak of Darkness, and Lair of Grievous. C, actually. I think it should be C, because Lair of Grievous is incredible, Bombad Jedi is okay, and Cloak of Darkness is meh, in my opinion.
I have a soft spot for Bombad Jedi, but yeah, we can put this as C. That's fine.
So Bombad, Cloak of Darkness, and Lair, all at C. Bounty Hunters.
Those are B. Yeah, you gotta move those to C.
Oh, shit. Good point.
Just
Thank
FYI.
you. Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters.
So which one is This is the one where they're on.
This is Felucia.
It's the Nicelum arc where the
Nicelum.
pirates are stealing
It's just one episode, but yeah.
Yeah. The pirates are stealing the Nicelum, and Obi-Wan
Yeah.
has to team up with Obi-Wan and Anakin. They team up with the bounty hunters to.
Yeah,
I feel like
Seven
that's a
Samurai.
C. That's right in the middle.
Ugh. Sorry, you wound me, but because I was gonna put it at A because I have a soft spot for this episode. But let's go C.
Are you sure you don't want to do B?
Let's do B. Let's do B.
Compromise,
Let's do B.
put it at
Let's do
B.
B. Battle of Christophsis. So I heard. So I saw from this tier list. It's specifically talking about Cat and Mouse, Hidden Enemy, and the Christophsis part of the movie.
Ooh.
Which I'd say would be C, probably. Maybe B or C.
I wanted to put it at A. Can we do B for that one?
Yeah,
I think
B.
it's a great. I think when you put it all together, it's pretty great. I know the movie's not the most popular, but
yeah,
I think it's pretty good.
I think we'll get to this soon. But the part I don't like about the movie is actually the other part.
Really?
Like, I'm perfectly fine with Christophsis. I think Christophsis is good. I don't think it's great. I think it's good. The Citadel.
Ooh, I would give that
S?
a.
A. Sorry, I meant A. I meant A. Yeah,
I
A.
think we
Yeah,
I think we can give that an A, yeah. Because
A.
that's
Yeah,
it's not as
absolutely.
good as the Ahsoka frame, but I think it's on par
Oh
with.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a
It's
great
on
arc.
there.
It's not an incredible arc.
Yeah.
Clovis returns in season 6.
Oh man, I like this arc a lot. I think it does a lot for Padme. We get to see a lot of her in action. I would give this an A.
It's between A and B for me. I think
Mm.
B.
Okay, we can do B if you want.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
D Squad. If it
Ooh,
was
D
up to me,
squad.
I'd put this in probably A. Honestly.
I think B. I would settle for B.
Oh.
I would say C if it were myself, but I think we can
Yeah. We
split it
gotta
and
do.
call it B.
D Squad and B is putting me in pain just because of how great Sunny Day in the Void and Missing in Action are.
Sunny Day in the
D.
Void is a hilarious episode, objectively.
No, Sunny in the Void is one of the deepest episodes. Sunny Day in the Void is one of the deepest episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
East Call for Rescue Deserter, so Grievous Intrigue Deserter. I mean, I know we're not going to put this at
I could put this at S, honestly, or A.
I was gonna say I know we're not gonna put this at S, but I'd put it at S myself.
All right, I think yeah.
Deserter is S tier episode.
Actually,
Domino Squad.
I think A. Actually, I think. What do you think? I feel like it's
Fine,
not
I'll
quite
put it
at that
A.
level.
I'll put it at A. Only Grievous Intrigue is because it's an A. And Grievous Intrigue is a great episode, but like Deserter is S tier anyway. Domino Squad. So we're looking at Clone Cadets, Rookies, and ARC Troopers. A. Clone Cadets, Rookies, ARC Troopers.
Clone Cadets, yeah, I'll go with A for that one. I like it. I like what it does for the clones.
Absolutely. I think all three of those episodes are great. I think Rookie's the best of all of them. But I think ARC Troopers and Clone Cadets are great as well. Dooku Captured.
Dooku captured.
I dare you to
Ooh,
put this higher
the...
than D. I dare you to put this higher than D.
Oh man, I was gonna say, I was gonna say,
This is D at absolute best.
I was gonna say B, honestly, but I mean, I'm kind of a fan of Obi-Wan and Dooku and Anakin having to team up, but I mean, yeah, I think we can put it at D. It's not the strongest.
It's a clunker for me.
Yeah.
Duel of the Droids.
F. F.
Duel of the Droids is Bruno. We don't talk about it. Yeah.
All
Wow,
right.
what of a clunker of an arc. Five's Conspiracy.
Oh man, I would say S tier.
You know, if here's my thing. If Deserter's not going up at S, then Fives has to be at A.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll put it at
Geonosis Brain Invaders. So the
A. Ooh, I mean, I would say S tier,
and
but I know you're gonna disagree.
also I want to mix it in with Senate Spy because it goes in. I would have to say because here's the thing. Here's my compromise. Okay.
Okay.
There's part of this arcs that I really do appreciate. It also has Brain Invaders in it. So
Yeah.
can we put it at B?
Sure. We can put it at B.
Yeah. Holocron Heist. Cad Bane goes in, skills Holocron. C?
Um, I think we could put it at Holocron Heist. I have a soft spot for this one, but compared to the other ones, it might not be the strongest. So yeah, I think we could say C.
Yeah. Jedi Crash.
Ooh,
That's C
I
or
would say
D.
B. What?
I was saying that's C or D.
Yeah, I think we can put it at C because I was gonna say B.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good arc, but it's not the
Yeah.
it's not the
So
most spectacular.
here's what we're gonna do. So this says Lethal Trackdown, which is an episode of Boba Fett's Revenge, but I realized what it should be. Oh, actually, wait.
Is there a
Yeah.
mistake?
There's a bit of a mistake here. So here's what this is going to be. Okay, this is going to be the episode. This is going to represent the episode Bounty.
Okay.
If you remember the one on Quartzsite with the what are they called? The Kagi warriors.
Tell me more about that.
Which is the
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
it's Asajj Ventress.
the train heist. Think of that We're gonna put this in the episode notes, but Lethal Trackdown represents Bounty, which is the train heist episode, because it's not in here for some reason. Don't ask. It's just not in here.
All right.
Um,
I mean, I like that episode. I love I love how Asajj Ventress, we see a different side of Asajj Ventress.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, yeah, I would say B.
I would say B for this as well. Yeah, B
All
was
right,
exactly what I was
fantastic.
thinking. Lightsaber Lost.
Ooh, which one is this?
This is the one with Terra Sanube, and where Ahsoka loses her lightsaber, and they have to do that whole. They have to do that whole chase where they have to go through like 4 different people before they finally find Ahsoka's lightsaber.
Oh yeah, it's Ahsoka searching for a lightsaber in season 1. Yes, yes, yes. Um,
Season 2, but yeah,
oh, it's season 2. Wow.
it's season 2. Yeah.
Um, I would say D, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of this arc.
I was gonna go D or F myself, so yeah, D.
Yeah, we know D.
Malevolence.
Ooh, the Malevolence arc. You already know I'm a fan of this one. I would say A
Yeah.
if it were up to me. What would you think?
I'm gonna notch it down to B.
All right, that's fine. It's in good company.
Yeah.
It's in good company
Um,
there.
Corruption on Mandalore. So we're looking at Corruption and the Academy.
Corruption in the Academy. This is the season 2 Mandalore,
3.
season 3.
3 Mandalore arc. This is
It's
an
kind of funny. I feel
aggressively.
like
Oh, go
sorry, go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say this is an aggressively okay arc for me, so I was gonna go C.
Mm, yeah, I feel like it's hard to keep them all straight in my head because I feel like every season except for season 1, every season they have their Maul arc.
They have their
That's how it
Mandalore
starts.
arc.
They have their Maul arc and they have their Mandalore arc. And
Yeah.
then it's business as usual.
Yep.
So it's a little bit hard to keep them straight sometimes.
This
But
is the
yeah, I
one
would
where
say
they poison
yeah.
the tea.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not
It's
amazing.
it's an aggressively okay arc.
Yeah.
C. Mandalore plot. So the original ones with Pre Vizsla.
Which season is this?
Season 2. This is Voyage of
Ooh, the first.
Temptation, Duchess of Mandalore, all that kind of stuff.
Man, I would say this is like C or B.
I was gonna go with C or B. I think B.
Yeah, we can go with maybe C. I don't know.
Okay, C.
I think
Yeah,
C
sure.
is a little better. I mean, I like Voyage of Temptation, but the rest of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Mandalore plot's good. Mandalore plot's good.
Yeah.
I like Mandalore plot a lot. The Martez sisters. Ahsoka's walkabout.
mm, I would put this at a B or C personally. I like it, and my opinion has improved of it. But compared to a lot of other arcs, I don't think it is the best of the Clone Wars. I think
So are we doing?
it's a solid arc, but it's not the best.
Because in my opinion, I'd put this at A. So are we doing
I
B?
think B should be it.
Yeah.
I think B is a good ranking. I
Yeah.
think that puts it with them with a good company.
Maul conquers Mandalore. I mean, I think this has got to be S, right?
Maul conquers Mandalore. No, which episodes exactly are these? This is the season.
Eminence, Shades of Reason, and the Lawless.
Yeah, this could be S. I think that
Yeah,
could be S.
I think it's S.
Which season is that?
5.
5. Yeah. These ones are.
You know what actually comes right after that? Ahsoka framed.
Those ones go crazy.
Maul's resurrection. I mean, you know where I'd put it if I had my.
I know you'd put it in F.
I would put it in F 100%.
I would have said A. So I'll go with C.
C, yeah, I'm fine with that. Battle of
Hide the pain,
Mon
Eli.
Battle of Mon Cala.
Ooh, I can give this
Careful.
an A or a B. I think.
Okay,
I'm a
I'm
big
fine
fan
with
of this.
A. I'm fine with A. I'd give it an S if I were in charge of this list alone, but that's fine. I'm fine with A. Mortis. I dare you. I dare
Mortis. If it were up to me, I would have said C. I'm gonna be
you.
honest.
Oh my god, that makes me physically ill.
I know you would have put it much higher up.
So we're going A?
Yeah, I think A is good.
A is the lowest I can stomach that, yeah.
right.
Massacre. Careful.
Oof.
Very
Massacre.
careful.
Grievous sweeps in. He kind of destroys the Night Sisters' lives
This is the most batshit
for no
crazy
reason.
episode of the Clone Wars ever, and I love
Um,
it so much.
I would give that like a B, perhaps.
Can I stomach put it? This is a B. Yeah, I think I can. I can do that. Yeah. I'd put it at S, probably A though, but I'd probably put it A, but I can do Night Sisters. So that's Night Sisters, Monster, Witches of the Mist.
So
This
this is
is
the when they this is when they're kind of choosing end of season 4.
Savage.
They're
This
kind of
is
choosing
uh,
Savage to be
season
or
three, but
season 3.
yeah,
Sorry, yeah, season 3.
yeah.
I'd say like B or C probably.
I was gonna say B myself.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
put a B or yeah.
Nomad Droids. I'm including Mercy Mission in this. This is B.
Uh,
This is B.
really? I
The
would say like
batshit
D.
crazy energy of this. This is Clone Wars on edibles. Yeah, no, definitely B. I mean,
Can
are
we go
they good? No. Are they crazy? Yes. Sure, we can go C.
Okay.
But I want it to be known that I love Nomad Droids just because of how crazy it is. Undercover Obi-Wan. A, I think we gotta do it. We gotta do A.
Yeah, I think so. It's a tremendous. I could even put it at S, but I think A is a great spot for it.
There's no way we're putting Obi-Wan Undercover at A, but we're at S, but leaving the Deserter at A. I'm preventing that from happening. Or Mortis at A. That's just heinous.
Okay.
Pursuit of Peace and Heroes on Both Sides, the political arc.
Oh, this
This
is the one where they
screams
go behind enemy lines. They go into separatist territory. They meet Mina Bon Terry.
the 5 million clone troopers bill. This screams B to me.
Yeah, solidly B.
It's very good, but yeah. Rescuing Rada the Hutt. This is like the back half of the Clone Wars movie.
B. I'm actually kind of a fan of it. I have to admit, it's my dirty little Clone Wars secret. But
Jacob, I'm sorry. I'm putting this in C.
okay, I can
Put this
stomach
in.
that.
I'd put this in D or F.
Okay, yeah, I think C is a good. Yeah.
Oh, here we
that's
go.
fine, to be
Here we
honest.
go. The liberation
of
of Ryloth.
I would have given it an A.
I can go with B for this.
Okay, yeah, I think B is good. It's a great arc.
Senate murders. This is D or F.
Yeah, I think D.
Yeah, this is D.
It's not really.
Siege of Mandalore. I dare
S.
you. I dare you to put this below S.
This
yeah,
is S.
Siege of Mandalore. Siege of Mandalore is S. Sphere of Influence. I have a soft spot for it, but
What happens in Sphere? This is the Baron Papanoida.
This is the Baron
His
Papanoida
daughters
episode.
are kidnapped.
Awesome. Love this episode. They go back to Shocker, Tatooine.
I would go with like a D or a C
oh,
for this.
Dear Lord.
Ooh.
I'll put this at C, maybe. I put it at B or A, but like I have a soft spot for this episode. But yeah, okay, C, fine. The Disappeared. Disappeared with the Bardotans. The Bardotans.
Disappeared. Ooh. I'd say B or C.
Fine, we'll put it at B. I was gonna put A, but yeah, we'll put it at B. Trespass. It screams B to B.
Yeah, that's a B. It's very underrated, but I can't put it any higher personally.
It's awesome. But yeah. We're putting a bar at B, right? Because you know where you'd put it, and I know where you'd put it, and you know where I'd put it.
You'd really put it at... I put it at S. You'd really put it at D?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Really? Okay.
I really would.
Okay.
The Yoda's Journey, Mystery of Sifo Dyas. I think we have to have an obligation to put this in S, don't we?
I think A. Actually, Yoda's Journey 70s. Yeah, we can put it as.
Yeah, Weird Force shit rules, man.
Weird Force sure does roll.
Younglings, Gathering Arc. I'm being optimistic when I say B. I'm being optimistic when I say B. The Zillow Beast.
C. I'm not a huge fan of this.
Oh, no, we gotta put this at B.
B.
Uh,
Okay, we can put it at B if you really feel
B or
strongly about it.
C. Yeah, I gotta put it. The Escape of Zero the Hutt. So that's Hostage Crisis, Evil Plans, and Evil Plans, Hostage Crisis, and Hunt for Zero. If it were up to me, it would be in B because of the batshit crazy energy of Hunt for Zero, and
Hmm.
also how great Hostage Crisis is. But I understand if it's lower for you. If we have to put this at C, we have to put this at C.
Yeah, we can put it as C. Yeah, I'm a fan. I don't mind it.
Um, Zygeria.
Ooh, A.
Yeah, I was gonna say A as well. Yeah.
All right,
That's
there's
a
our
tier list.
list.
That's a tier list right there. We're gonna publish this on our in the Galaxy tier maker account. Just to recap, we got only four at S: Ahsoka Framed, Maul Conquers Mandalore, Siege, and Mystery of Sifo-Dyas Yona's Journey. What do you think is the best call on this list, and what do you think is the worst call on this list, Jacob?
I think
As we did.
everything, I think everything in S tier pretty much deserves to be there. Happy to see Ambush up as well. Five's Conspiracy, I would have liked to put at S. I think the worst call for me, it's got to be, what do you call it? The Battle of Umbara. I really think that deserves
Yeah.
S tier. But then again, you know what they say? A good compromise leaves everybody mad. So I
Yes.
will have to live with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Uh, let's see. I'm glad we put Yoda's Journey up at S. I think that's a good call. I'm glad that Mon Cala's up at A, even though I might put it up at S. Um, Mortis being an A is shameful. Uh, Mortis being an A is shameful. Massacre being in B is shameful. Martez Sisters being in B is shameful. Actually, Battle of Umbara being in B is shameful because it should be a lot lower than that. Uh, I'm very glad that we put Duel the Droids in F because that arc just doesn't work. No offense to Duel the Droids, it just doesn't work. It's just a little too goofy, not the right ways. It's goofy in the way that Nomad Droids Nomad Droids is goofy in the way Duel the Droids never got to be.
Mm, yeah.
Um, Also, D Squad in B is terrible. Wow, what the hell? Holy crap! Just based on Sunny Day in the Void alone, it should be in like at least A, I think. But okay. No, that's our compromises for you. We're very rarely happy completely with all the stuff we do, but we have our fun. We Star War. I'm gonna just in a galaxy the Clone Wars tier list. I'm just gonna leave a note. Lethal Trackdown in this list equals bounty. And that's in I believe it's in our B tier. Is bounty in our B tier? Yeah, it is. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Star Wars in a Galaxy. Next week, we're not exactly sure what we have planned. We might be off next week. We are getting prepared for our epic confrontation this month. Jacob, unfortunately, is not going to be able to be there, even though he's going to write some questions for it. But we're going to have Alden Diaz versus Michael McCoy, hosted by myself, and I'm pretty sure it'll be Mr. Reed Devaney of the Babble Bubble hosting it with me. So thanks to Reed for agreeing to do that. And I'm very excited for that. That's going to release, I think, later this month. Probably end of this month. We're going to record in a few weeks, release the end of this month. You got anything else to say, Jacob? Should I wrap it up?
No, thank you, Clone Wars.
Thank you, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Farewell.
Farewell, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's been a lot of fun. But in the meantime, follow us on Twitter at In a Galaxy Pod, Instagram at Star Wars in a Galaxy. Listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Speaking of listens, thank you so much for 10,000 listens. It's an
Absolutely
unthinkable
incredible.
number. I freaked out when I saw it. We've only grown since that announcement was made. We are now at 10,153, which is insane. It's unreal. Thank you so much. We really appreciate every listen we get. Email us at swinagalaxy@gmail.com. But really, in the meantime, may the force be with you always.